I'm Zim, and you're listening to the Helpful Photographer Podcast in collaboration with New York City Photo Safari. To register for a safari, please visit NewYorkCityPhotosafari.com. I recently gave a talk to a camera club, and during the question and answer segment, I was asked, how do I decide between black and white and color? Because I had presented both during my talk. When we were still shooting film, I would carry two cameras, one with black and white film and one with color film. And I had to make a decision on the spot. Now with digital, I don't have to make that decision until later. Although the decision-making process is similar, when it happens has changed. The example that came to mind during the talk was when I had to photograph a small local factory that employed physically and mentally challenged people. I was hired to photograph these folks happily at work making picture frames for the company's brochure. The factory was an old 1950s building, and the interior was full of drab 1950s puke green. The decision was easy, black and white. Why? The only color to be had was that puke green. I couldn't make this place look like a pleasing environment in color. With black and white, the viewer would only see the people in my photos and what they were doing rather than thinking, oh my God, what a hideous place to work. So that was easy. But let's bring it to present day. How do I decide now what should be black and white and what should be color? First of all, there are definitely some images that would work as both, but sometimes they only work as color or as black and white. When I look at color images, I'm looking at whether or not the color adds anything to the shot. Does it help to bring context or vibrance into the image, or does it take away from the image? One of the things I've been asked to shoot lately have been baby photos. Yes, I know, baby photos. And often there are people who join the shoot who didn't get the memo on what to wear, like grandparents. I know, it's always the grandparents. So now colors are clashing and things look horrible. By going to black and white, this is no longer a problem. And with digital, I can create more emphasis where I want it by controlling the density of certain colors. For example, with Lightroom, I can make certain colors significantly brighter or darker without any consequences when working in black and white. So by going to black and white, I'm controlling that clash of colors. Another example is this. I recently photographed a surprise engagement for a couple in Times Square. It could be argued that Times Square is an unholy mess when it comes to colors and textures. And this would be correct, but I chose to keep their images in color for exactly that reason. I could not get them separated from the background easily, but leaving all of the colors of Times Square in the photo made the image a lot more interesting. In other words, if your colors are not particularly interesting or does not add anything to your image, you should consider making your image black and white. Otherwise, go with color. I hope that was helpful. Until next time, keep on shooting.